All right, guys, we are live with the Greek. How you doing, Greek?
Oh, I'm great. Sorry
Everything's
we had
going
to
well?
push this from yesterday, but work got in the way.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. So listen, guys, what we're gonna do is me and the Greek, we're gonna talk about Bitcoin. Please hit the like button. We're gonna talk about the markets. We're gonna talk about what's going on here because I think a lot of people out here kind of need that help. And you've been doing all right. I've been talking to the Greek in the back, and he's got some stuff going on. I don't know how public he is with it, but the Greek's doing well. We both had a good pick with Sync. I'm still riding on Sync, making boat tons of money. Use my referral code on the other video because that's been crazy.
Yeah, it's printing money right now, Sync. It's really, really doing well. And I
Yeah.
made a video today about especially in the bull run with what we're in, not having your money in dead projects, finding the projects that are printing
Yes.
money. Like stop staying loyal to projects if they're not printing. This is the time to, hey,
Yeah.
you can admit a mistake and move it elsewhere and make money. So
I had somebody actually hit me up. I got a lot of people hitting me up all the time, but I had somebody reach out to me recently. Somebody who has had really some good picks, and he was giving me some like questionable picks, and I'm like, these aren't going to move. And he goes, "Well, I'm trying to get into safer stuff." I'm like, "This is not the time." I mean, this is bad financial advice, by the way. This is this is bad advice. Like, this is somebody who made like 1,000x, a
okay, just call
2,000x.
it degen advice. Then you're okay. This is
Yeah,
my degen advice.
this is my degen advice. Just go in all the garbage because some of that garbage turns into gold, which is what he hit. And I'm like, why are you going into this good stuff? Like, he's like, this is going to move, but I don't know when. I'm like, it's never going to move, is what I said to him. Like, these aren't ever. He goes, they're safe. I go, they're not safe. They're still
My
risky. They're
friend
still
got
good.
into a Smurf coin on Solana and it like 18x'd in one day. He put in $100 and he's like, look at it's up to 2,200. Now, no, it was 2,200, 22x. I'm like, Smurf coins. I don't even know the name of it. My brother's been playing the Solana memes and he's been killing it. He's like, I just find a new one that comes out. Some go crazy. And if they don't go run up, I just get out of it right away. And he's just doing this. And he's making a killing, just going from Solana meme to Solana meme. So it's
Yeah,
just,
I agree, man. This is the whole thing. This is like, you got to figure out how to make the most of it right now because it's never going to be this easy. It's just never going to be this easy,
this
you know.
reminds me of when I got into crypto. Like I started off in SafeMoon and like SafeMoon
Safe
just
moon.
like killed it. I was a day two investor of SafeMoon. So like
Were you?
I like 6x my money in the first week and I'm like, oh, this is great. This is the greatest thing ever. And then, I took out my original, which was the smartest thing I
Okay.
did. And then I kept
Yeah.
running it. And then I'm like, I became a maxi. And that's why I'm like, no, once you make your money, you got to take your money. You can't just let it sit and just become a maxi in projects, which then I found myself being guilty of in Seifu again. So now I'm like, no, I'm not going to be loyal to any project. I'm just going to go from where the money's at and try and make the money. And that's what my new way of doing things is.
Yeah, man. I mean, the whole thing is out here. I know it sounds crazy, but like, I mean, I actually hit a 50x by accident. Like, that doesn't happen. Like, I bought $150 in no chill because of this guy on I have a great Discord. We have some of the best traders out there, and that guy hit like a 2,000x on no chill. So I hit like a 50x. I only put like $150 in there, and I completely forgot about it. I just forgot about it. I got busy for like a month, and no chill was just chilling like on the bottom for like a month. And then it erupted, and all of a sudden I look into my account on DeBank, and it's like, you got 3 grand, 4 grand. I'm like, how's that possible? I put like $150 in there.
That's the greatest.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. But let's talk about Bitcoin because a lot of people out here want to hear about Bitcoin, right? What do you say?
Oh, yeah. The king.
The king. Now, this is the thing, guys. Bitcoin, we're going to share some information and we're going to share some graphs. This is really what's driving the entire market. Like, a lot of people don't really understand what's going on. So we're going to try to like help you guys understand it. Let's bring up
Yeah.
the
Bitcoin drives the market. The alts follow about a
everything
few
else
days.
follows.
Yeah. A few days later.
Yeah, DeFi follows. So if you look at this chart, you see this little dip that's happening right there. A lot of people panicked, and I'm going to show you some data. This is somebody on Twitter, everyone needs to follow. This is why I didn't panic. I was about to buy some more, but I have a good amount, but I probably should have regardless. But I'm going to show you guys this. This is kind of crazy. Check this out. This is called BitMEX Research. So at night, they publish this. You know, on that down day, Bitcoin had $648 million on inflows. Think about that. Check that out.
A lot of money.
648 million. You had 788 million just from BlackRock coming in. So why were everyone panicking? You knew it was going to go back up the next day, and that's exactly what happened. Like, you guys have to look at data. What do you think, Greek?
I was actually, when it hit the all-time high, I was expecting that pullback. So like I had money ready to throw in, and I was like, not buying now, just chilling. And then I bought in when it went further down. I expected it. You have a lot of money from last cycle where there were people who bought at these levels, and maybe they don't have the faith, and they're like, oh, next time it gets up at these levels, I'm going to sell, liquidate my bag.
Well, you know what?
Happen. Plus, it's just natural. We had too many run-ups. You have to like kind of consolidate down lower. And I'm like, okay, it's got to pull back some. I was more shocked at how fast it rebounded. I expected it to rebound, but not like it was just like that a day.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. If you go to my Twitter, it's just Dow Kingdom. I'm gonna show you guys this. Oh yeah, look, we're live over there too.
Oh, they're so good.
Check this out. A lot of people think this is who was selling right here. They think the large amounts of BTC was being sold by Richard Hart. So these are the transactions. When it hit 69,000, each of these 50 blocks is $3.5 million. So somebody just started selling 3.5 million, 3.5 million, 3.5 million. So you guys have to understand out here that it's a little bit of a game. Like, there's a game being played. And what is that game that you're in? Is you got Richard Hart or whoever that big guy was, most likely went over to an exchange. This is what they did. They probably did 100x short Bitcoin, and then they dumped. They kept dumping, and is a manipulation, and it sucks because it doesn't happen. It's illegal, actually. It shouldn't be happening. But what they do is he drove the market down, I think 13%. Do you know how much he probably made off of 100x 13% downfall?
A lot of money.
Yeah. So that's what happens, guys.
It's nice when you can control the market. You know, when you have that much money, you can do any of these games.
But it's temporary, right?
Yeah,
it's temporary. So he controlled the market for he literally controlled the market for like how long? How long did he control the market for? For like a day, maybe 8 hours.
A day. And if you're a true believer in Bitcoin and where it's going, and then the cycle coming up, you're like, thank you for this dip. You were actually happy, which I was. I'm like looking, I'm like, okay, I added more. That's how I look at all the dips. I don't really look at it like if people are, I keep seeing like stuff that it's going to dip further down before it runs up again. And I'm like, I don't see it now at this point. Like, you see the people clamoring for 32,000 or something. I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. But if it does go there, I'll be okay with it, because then I get to load up a lot cheaper, you know?
Yeah, the people that are saying, like, I got people in my own Discord who always say, oh, it's going to like the 35 or 39 or 40. I'm like, are you looking at the data? Look at the data. Look at what is going on. Look at the inflows from the ETFs. That's it. The rest of it is just your hopes and dreams.
They want it to go there, but then they're not buying at 50, and then they're going to end up buying at 65, 70, 75. The problem is they're looking at past data. We didn't have ETFs with all this inflow of capital coming into Bitcoin in past cycles. So
no, we didn't.
That's been the change. So like everybody expecting it to follow the same path. I'm like, no, it's not going to. So you got to expect change and difference.
Can we talk about sync for the people that haven't been in sync? Like me and Greek covered sync. I mean,
don't get me started.
We covered it below a penny. Like, there's crazy shit happening out here. No one's like, a lot of people don't know.
Every person who goes, oh, Greek only covers scams now. He doesn't cover anything that does anything. You know, they find the one project. I hate when people give me crap when I cover a project before it's released, which I like covering projects before they're released, because then I'm like, you know what? You don't know. The future's unwritten in that project. So you can't I'm like, you can't blame me for what happens after I cover it when it's not released yet. But this one,
Look at this craziness. I can't even fit it on the
Yeah, like see that first initial pump?
up here.
That's where we started. Yeah, that's where like we started covering it, I think. Like,
I started covering it before you. I was covering it down here, bro.
yeah.
I was literally covering it down here. Actually, lower. I'm sorry. I wasn't even here. I was back here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw some videos of yours before. You
Yeah,
had
I
even
was
told me
back. I
about
was
it.
like way back here. I was like, check it out. It's experimental. I told everyone. I mean, like, listen, I'll tell people it's a DeFi experiment, and it is. This is experimental, like legit an experiment, you know, and it's working. And I've covered it in my other in my other videos of why it's an experiment. You guys can check them out, but now it's just I don't even understand, bro. Like millionaires were made already.
Yeah, they
Like,
say timing's everything. It's released at a great time. You had
yeah,
the run up of Bitcoin with it. You're getting confidence in the market. And that's the biggest thing in DeFi. If you could have the greatest project, wrong timing, so hard. So hard.
yeah, and you know what? I think the timing is right. You can see right there, 13,000 holders. I think I was talking about this when I had like 3,000 holders, 3,500 holders. So we've increased the number of holders in
It's
like a month by like 10,000. That's
and it's a
insane.
very healthy chart too, because you do see sell-offs at points, like it
You do.
does dip. So people are taking their money. It's creating new baselines and then it's pushing up further. So it's a good thing.
Well, what's interesting about this, a lot of these dips, like you see this dip from like 1.8 to 1.4 cents. This was a guy who sold $200,000 in one shot. Like he was a pre-saler. I think he only invested like 3 grand or something, 3 or 4 grand.
Yeah, and that's when you applaud. You have to applaud that somebody making 200,000. And you know
There-
what's great? The
What's up?
liquidity's still thick as hell. And
12 and a half million.
that's the good thing. Like you you want projects where people are making money and you can actually pay them out. You know, that's part of the problem in DeFi too, is people are like they yell at sellers. You need people to make money. He made money. What do you want from the guy? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm going to show you something else that I think we should also talk about. Can we talk about ETH? Because
Oh yeah.
I think ETH. I have a video coming out. I had a video that said ETH is going to explode in the 2000s, but I think and ETH has been outperforming Bitcoin. Look at this chart, guys. Look at
My
this. This
dad
is
wanted
little.
to sell his ETH at 2,500. I told him no, and now
Who
he's
sold?
thinking me. My dad, he's got 15 ETH.
No, you do not sell. It's going to
No,
go higher.
no, he wanted to because they're buying a new house. So I was like,
Oh,
"Don't do it. Do not do it. Just trust me." And he's not selling it. Now he's super ecstatic. He calls me every day. Like every time it goes up another $100, he's extra excited. Like I'm like, yeah,
15 ETH. Your dad's a baller.
yeah, he's crazy. He got in
He's
at
a baller.
$400.
That was the lot. That wasn't even this bull run. It was the
Oh,
other
that was
one.
so. Do you know what happened when Binance.eu? My dad put in like a bunch of money on Binance.eu. We had a bunch of Tron. This was like early me and him crypto investment days.
Okay.
And when they stopped Binance EU and they made all US clients switch to Binance US,
Okay.
they didn't have Tron on Binance US, so he couldn't just trade his Tron. So he had to sell his Tron there. And then he's like, I'll just put it on ETH because it's the easiest to transfer over. And he just left it on ETH. And ETH was $400 at the time. And he was he's just been the happiest. He just kept it. And so
Dude, he's balling. He's almost at 60 grand. And he invested 400 times 15? 6 grand? He's 10x. Jesus.
yeah, he's a crazy guy. So
Jesus.
now he's listening to me because he's like, "Oh yeah, you've been right on your crypto stuff, except for we won't talk about the past project.
We want to talk about the one that starts with S.
No
The
S's. No,
two
both
that
start with S's. Don't go there. The one I didn't lose money on though, but so,
So Ethereum, let's talk about Ethereum real quick. I'm glad you talked to your dad because you're in the know, you're out here, you're talking. So the Bitcoin ETF, if you look at the data, is actually pushing up Ethereum as much as Bitcoin. In fact, it's pushing it up a little bit more. It's literally, I think, was it January 11th was the ETF that came out? You see right there, and then
yeah.
it dipped like Bitcoin, and then it just straight up. There's a lot of talk about an ETH ETF coming in May, June, July, maybe, but some people are saying it might not get approved. I don't know. What's your feelings about an ETH ETF?
I think it will eventually happen, but you know how they're gonna like they just allowed Bitcoin, so I think they're gonna like kind of hesitate on it a little more.
Okay.
You know how the SEC is; they're all crazy. It took a while for Bitcoin; like it should have been like no brainer, but in my opinion, I think they're gonna play games with it. But I don't think that's gonna affect ETH in the short run. But eventually, it will get in. Probably once it runs up and they see how awesome it is, they're gonna be like, yeah.
But a lot of people are saying there is no ETH ETF. It won't get approved because ETH is potentially a security because it's no longer proof of work. It's proof of stake and it gives a return. So I don't know. I don't know if these arguments hold. I don't know.
That's a good question.
Sigil, he says, give $10,000 ETH. I actually think it's going to $10,000 ETH. And please, guys, make sure to like and subscribe to both me and the Greek channel. He's live on his channel too. I'm live here. So you're live on your channel too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you see any comment with a circle, Con says ETH is definitely a security.
Security. Yeah, I mean, just ask who?
Joseph Lubin.
I don't know who Joseph Lubin is.
I mean,
I think ETH could get approved. I think there's like a small chance. Now, if ETH gets approved, by the way, the tokenomics on ETH are spectacular. Like a lot of people don't really understand this. I think ETH has a good chance of going to 10,000. I'm actually going to bring up something for you guys in a second. I'm going to bring it up while we talk, but this is, people don't understand how great ETH is. Should we show them, Greek?
I'll show them. Why not?
I'm going to show you guys how great ETH.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys got to. This is so simple. All you guys got to do, and look at this craziness. Holy cow! I haven't logged in here in a minute. Check this out. Holy cow! This is how great ETH is. You guys got to check this out. The greatness of ETH.
I don't even know what he's going to show. I'm in anticipation.
Ultrasound money, baby. Have you ever used it?
No.
Holy cow! Check it out. So this is like all about ETH. ETH has become this deflationary. Look at this. It's dropped. It was like it's burned a ton of stuff. So this is a 7-day time frame. Just because more people are using it, it's become more deflationary. So you can change it to a 30-day time frame. But in the last 7 days, it's obviously become the most deflationary because, I mean, numbers are crazy because so many more people. It's 1 day. Let's go 7 days.
Further and further into the bull run. The users are going to go crazy. You're going to see more and more projects. Hopefully they can get their gas down.
Dude,
everybody bitches about that.
Think about it. 73,000 ETH has been burned in the last 30 days, and the rate of burn right now is double this. So you're looking at about 150,000 ETH a month. That's looking at 1.8 million ETH a year being burned. But this is the crazy part. Bull run is just getting started. So this thing could burn like 3 or 4 million tokens. And then you got ETF pressure and retail pressure and just people who just want to use ETH just daily. What do you think? 10,000?
10,000's got a chance. I have it somewhere like 7,500, but 10,000's got a chance. It just depends on where Bitcoin runs up to.
I think 10,000's got a chance.
It definitely has a chance, yeah. What did it hit last time? 48 something?
4,800. I mean, 10,000 is only double what it was last time, barely double.
I guess if you what was it the previous cycle, the all-time high?
Previous cycle, we can take a look. Let's go to max chart. So this would be back here. It was, looks like about like $1,400, maybe $1,400. So it went from 14. So it did like a 3x. So it didn't do a lot. It didn't actually. It looks like Bitcoin might have outperformed it. No. Well, I believe so. Maybe from the bottom, because then it went all the way to $175, which is crazy. $130
right there.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think 10,000 is probably right. I think 8 to 9 is probably more realistic.
Oh,
I don't know.
we haven't even gotten in the full swing. It's almost at 4, so that gives a really, yeah, it could run up fast.
What
It
do you
might not
guys think
stay there
out
for
there?
long.
What's the predictions? Put in the chat what you guys think. I think 9 to 10. If okay, listen. If there's an ETF, I think it goes past 10.
Yeah, ETF, definitely see it past 10.
What did
No
he say?
ETF, somewhere between 7,500 and 10.
7,510. No ETF. I don't know. I don't know, man. Look at these burns. You saw those burns, right?
That's true. There's
I
so many
mean,
factors, like
there's so
just
many
the
factors.
unknown. That's why this is fun. I
Yeah, yeah,
can't
yeah.
tell you it's going to be more than what it is now. That's what I can say for sure.
So what are you investing in? Are you investing in like true blue, like chips
So
up
I buy
here?
Bitcoin every Thursday. I have a set amount. I match
Okay.
my 401k, whatever is put in my 401k, I match that and put into Bitcoin. I
Okay.
started doing that as soon as SafeMoon, not SafeMoon, as soon as Safefu ended, I started doing that. And then any YouTube revenue has also been going into Bitcoin. I didn't own a single Bitcoin up until the end of Safefu. And
Wow.
I've managed to get 60% of a Bitcoin in just, what is it, 6 months? Just slowly putting my money, just
Just
doing
putting your
that.
money in there.
Smartest decision. I'm up like $25,000 just in that
Wow.
6 months time span. So but also it helped that it was at 16,000 when I started, put the original amount in.
No
So,
way. You were
so
buying at 16?
that's when I started. The first $4,000, I put 4,000 to start, and that was at 16K. So that helps. But now I put in. I don't like buying at these levels. Like I stopped when it like got over 65. So I'm waiting to see if it pushes down. And so
Yeah.
now I'm putting it into some alts because when those run, those can 2 or 3x. Whereas Bitcoin right now from this level, I only see a 2x. So now I'm putting some money into XRP, ADA, just trying to get in some alts. I might put some into
Oh no,
Solana.
XRP, ADA. Oh man, we got to talk, bruh. Bruh, what you doing? Bruh. Bruh. It's dead money, bruh. We were talking about
Dead
taking
money.
some risks. Talking about taking some risks. ADA is okay. First of all, XRP is like a stable coin. Let's bring it up actually, because XRP to me is a stable coin. If I want a stable coin, that's what I don't you start.
Con is an XRP maxi. So
Why? Why? What are you guys doing? I gotta educate everybody out here now. What the hell happened to this page? All right. First of
I
all,
just started. I have like $100 in XRP, if that makes you feel any better. That's all I have.
all right. I'm an ICP maxi. First of all, I'm an internet computer maxi. I bought it literally at the bottoms, $3 to $4. My average is a little bit over like 360, 370, something like that. And I rode this to $15. I haven't sold one. I've staked it, which is great because I get I get staking rewards. I get like 10%. Because I didn't go the full time. So I'm getting like 10%. I don't even know how many more of these tokens I have ICP, but ICP to me is the best tech. It's going to blow up. Internet computer can't be stopped, in my opinion. And it's definitely more risky than some of the other ones, but also look at the price. Look at the market cap, 6.9 billion. This can do a 10x even from here. I already got a 5x, does a 10x, actually more than a 5x, but let's say 5x does another 10x. I'm up 50x on this. I think that's what's going to happen. And I have a ton of this. So this I will take over XRP, ADA any day of the week. Let's look at XRP. I shouldn't even call it XRP. We'll just call it stable coin. So look at this. This is what you guys need to look at. 30 days. Look at this. XRP is 24% up. Bitcoin and Ethereum, 55 and 63. I mean, Ethereum has outperformed basically everyone except for Dogecoin in the top 10, which Dogecoin is just like a miracle. It's like a risk or SHIB.
Dogecoin's ridiculous.
Dogecoin's ridiculous. So if you look at it, if you're not even keeping up with Bitcoin or Ethereum, why would you go into XRP number one? Number two, XRP tokenomics are terrible. They're adding something like 5 billion tokens a year to the supply. So they're basically, whatever liquidity is coming in, they're basically dumping on you. I mean, look at the 3 month. You remember the 1 month from Ethereum. It just kept going up, 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 up. They didn't even have this. It just kept going. And if you look at Bitcoin in the 1 year, Bitcoin in the 1 year has gone way up. Here, it hasn't even gone past what it was in July. Hasn't even gone past what it did in November. Bitcoin, Ethereum just keep going up. Like, I just don't see it. What do you think? Well,
like I said, I only have $100 in XRP, so I don't know. I'm just looking at
I'm
different
talking to
periods.
confirm it. What does he think?
Oh yeah. My other friend is an XRP maxi too. So like he always like buy XRP, buy XRP, buy XRP. So I like,
Nah, not gonna do shit.
you never know. Everything runs. This didn't have its true
not
run.
XRP. XRP is gonna have a hard time running because the last bull run if you go by market cap, it went to, what did it go to? And it was only there for a second. Oh, well over 100 million. Yeah, well over, but it's got more tokens now. So even now it's still only 34 billion. So even if you 3x it from now, you're at $1.80. I don't think it'll ever get back to the $3 mark. I think it'll run at like 180, something like that. But I don't know. I don't think ADA is going to do much either. This is Cardano. It's held up relatively well. But
yeah, I think the last run it hit $3.
That's actually not a bad graph.
Hit $3 last cycle. Yeah.
I mean, who uses Cardano though? Do you know anyone who uses Cardano?
I really
Who
don't.
uses it?
I really don't, but I have some friends who are big on ADA because the price point's cheap and.
But who uses Cardano? Like, no one uses it. Dino coins will have a hard time. What's a Dino coin? Gannon, what's up, bro? I don't know what a Dino coin is.
I think he's saying Dino is in older coins.
Oh, Dino coins, like the old legacy ones.
Yeah,
because everyone wants the new shit, right? Everyone wants the new shit. So
that
let's
is
talk about
true.
the new. Yeah, I agree with him. I don't think Cardano or XRP are going to do shit. I think if you're going to put your money into a top 10 token, you better just put it into I think you better off putting it into Bitcoin or Ethereum. Hell, even BNB has held up. Look at BNB. It's 56% on the 30-day. Solana has done well. What's the point of going here?
It's funny because I haven't transacted BNB in a while. I didn't even know it was up at 472. That's crazy.
I know. BNB just ripped. Look at it rip right now. It just ripped right now. So BNB has the best tokenomics outside of Ethereum. Did you know that?
It's crazy. When I first bought SafeMoon, BNB was like $10. So I was like, man, could just bought BNB and ran that up. Would have done good.
I bought BNB like once at $13 and then I sold it at 18 and I thought I did great.
And then it ran to 600 and you're like,
and then I couldn't believe it. My buddy was like, it's at $600, bro. I'm like, get out of here. It's not possible.
Here's everybody trading shit coins on BSC losing their ass. And if they just held BNB, they would have made money.
Bro, I was like, okay, so I'm going to show you guys this. This is what, I don't know. Have you ever looked at the burn rates for BNB?
I have not. I know it does burn.
The Greek.
I never really look at BNB because I'm not holding BNB to every time I have BNB, it's to go in a project, So
Got it. Yeah, and that's what a lot of people do.
So that's the problem. I've never really cared about the tokenomics of it. I know there is a burn. I don't know how high.
So this is, you just go to bnbburn.info and you can see, look at the crazy burns. 52 million have been burned and their goal is to get it down to, I believe, 100 million. And then they're going to stop. So BNB,
that will skyrocket it.
Yeah. So BNB has some really interesting tokenomics. It's not going to be like overnight. It's going to take a little bit of time, but it's it's definitely burning like crazy. Like I think, oh wow, is this the burns? Yeah, look, holy cow. It burned Q through Q4 of 2023, 2.1 million. So it's burning like every
That's
quarter,
big.
like about 2 million tokens. Not
Okay, so they
crazy?
have set burns. That's good.
Yeah. So if you guys are looking at different tokens, you know, I think one of the reasons we wanted to do this show for you guys was look at the tokenomics. A lot of people are not looking at the tokenomics of the projects they're entering. You know,
Yeah, unless you're just playing the meme coins, then tokenomics don't matter to anybody. But just know, do not fall in love with it. When you see a gain, take the gain.
take it.
Especially because these things might only, especially last bull run, you know, everybody's like, "Oh, I was in this project, did this." I'm like, "Did you take your money out?" No, and then I sold, and it's like 2x their money because they just watched it do this and watched everybody else exit on them.
Dude, how many people do we know in SHIB that just saw that skyrocket and sold out? I mean, blockchain poodles hit me up yesterday. He sold. He's like, I sold my SHIB. I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
blockchain poodle sells his ship, and then he comes in my Discord and goes, "I'm back, baby." I'm like, "Poodles is back. He made some money." I'm like, "Yeah, Poodles was in SHIB for so long." I'm like, he was pissed off at himself that he didn't sell when it ran up the first time. So
Yeah, but now we don't know. Like, I mean, SHIB hit up. It might come down, trickle down a little bit, and it might go pumping back up again. All the meme coins, right?
I'm just mad because my brother had a Shiba Inu, and when SHIB first came out, I'm like, we should put money in SHIB because you know you have a Shiba Inu, just for no other reason other than he owned the dog. And he's like, "Nah, that's a stupid meme coin." And this is the same brother now. After seeing SHIB run up, he's playing the Solana memes. So, go figure. It's crazy.
Are you seeing new people get into crypto? What are you seeing right now from your community and people you talk to?
My community is the same old degens that, you know, still in crypto, still looking for the next degen project, but they're more of your, I hate to say it, your cultists that find a project, stay in the project, and you know, they're the ones left holding the bag, which is a problem in DeFi. You know, if you're become a cult, if you become, don't fall in love with your crypto, make the crypto earn your love, you know, and make it show you the money, you know. I made
Um,
that mistake. So this is all me talking from mistakes I've made, you know, like don't fall in love with the crypto. There's plenty of other spots. If it's you find out it's dead money and you don't think you're going to make money right away, there's another one printing next door. So don't fall in love with it. Get out of bad plays and put it into better plays and you'll make money. So what, you take a loss in one. If you net positive on the next two, you're going to be good.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And you know what's crazy is I have um I have a video about this on my channel I made like a year ago. It's called I Was Part of a DeFi Cult.
That totally. I think I
Hold on.
watched this video of yours and I'm like, "Yep, that was a Greek. Yep."
Hold on. I'm going to show it to you guys. Everyone
All
needs to
cults
watch
need
this video.
somebody to hate. So that's what, you know, that's the Brian Legend way of doing
Here you
things.
go. I
Yeah.
was part of a DeFi cult right there. This is for you guys that get into these cults and
Everyone else
you
is against us. And then you become this us against the world. It's not that big.
yeah, dude, don't be part of a DeFi cult because they're the worst to be part of because you'll be holding while literally the people that are running the projects are selling on you. Like kind of happened to you a couple times actually.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It happened to me a couple times too. Oh,
Yes.
I found out afterwards they were dumping on me because I was covering them and they were always like telling me how great things were and how wonderful things were. And then like a year later, I start talking to them, so and so was dumping the whole time. Like, why didn't you
How
tell
would
me
you
that then?
feel if the project owner is DMing you saying, "Oh, look at this great stuff that's going to be coming out. You're on lives fighting for this project," while he's sitting there using that as his pump to dump the charts on you. That's even worse.
Ain't that something, right?
Yeah, they talk about true care.
So are you in contact with this particular project owner? Can we say who it is? Or no?
I
We
think
don't want to.
everybody knows who this project owner is. He goes by Turkey.
Oh no.
Yeah, turkey. Such a turkey. Wash trading is turkey token right now, back and forth. Thinks anybody's buying into that. Did you hear he's got a Mev bot now?
Does he really though?
He claims that he's got a Mev. I just want to know this. If you had
Okay.
this awesome Mev bot that he says is going to make just as much as Jared from Subway's bot, which is a joke in itself because we know Jared from Subway's bot's killing it. Why would you even put this on a project to then buy back and burn your own token? Why wouldn't you just keep the bot for yourself and just use that to make, like, it makes no sense. That's just me. If I had that kind of bot, I wouldn't be making a token to buy back and burn my token and go through all this pain. But who knows?
Yeah, man. I don't know. What do you guys think of Tomb V2? I don't know. I haven't looked at it. Is Tomb Finance? Is that what we're talking about? Tomb Finance is coming back?
Who knows?
Whoa.
Everybody returns from the dead during the bull runs, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never I haven't looked at it. Yeah, no one, no revenue sharing with a competitive bot. No,
I
dude,
mean,
like
if you had a bot that's making that kind of money, like, sorry, why? And I don't trust that guy to run it, even if it is making that kind of money.
I don't think Mevbots I don't think if first of all, he can finance that Mevbot himself. He can put $100,000 in it, and if it's making like $20,000 a day, he can just run with it. So, like, you know, why would you share that? You know, just make the money yourself. What are your
It makes
thoughts
no
on
sense.
Pulse Chain? So Pulse Chain is interesting. Do you know much about Pulse Chain, Greek?
I know a lot of people keep wanting me to get in it. I
So
feel like I've missed the boat on it already, and I don't.
no, I don't think so. So Pulse Chain was actually one of the picks I did in my top 5 picks, like about 2-3 months ago before the bull run took off. I had like 5 picks. By the way, 4 of my picks did great. They like tripled or more. Only one hasn't moved, but one of them was Pulse Chain. But I think I can't sleep on Richard Hart because Richard Hart is kind of coming back. I can't sleep on him. And it's done like what, a 2 or 3x right now? We can take a look at the chart.
I don't know. He just reminds me too much of another character, but that other character took himself like did things after Richard Hart, so it's not Richard Hart's fault. But I know a
I
lot of
think
people are big on Pulse Chain, and they keep telling me, and I'm like, I don't have enough money to go everywhere. You know, if everybody tells me something, I'm like, man, if I could just throw endless amounts of money, but you know, I have to just
I think Pulse
got a
Chain can move
Cybertruck to buy, you
because
know.
yeah, I think I'm going to show you guys the chart. I think Pulse Chain can move for a reason here. I'm going to bring it up for you guys why I think it can move. Check it out. Look at how much is the daily volume. 200, $300,000, 100,000. It's like nothing, $300,000 for a layer 1 to have this kind of low volume. You know, it's just really nothing. Look at these look at these exchanges. These are the shittiest exchanges I've ever seen. I've never even heard of this. Have you even heard of these exchanges?
Bitcoin Tree Exchange, never heard of it. Safe Trade.
What are these? And then most of it is on dexes, so I don't know if it makes a difference. I don't know how much, like, what the it says fully diluted market cap is 20 billion. But is that true? Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, there's a lot off
That
with
seems
Hex.
high. That seems high. I wonder where they're getting these metrics from because that seems really high.
Like, I think it's because Richard Hart owns like 18 billion of it, probably.
That could also be. Yeah, the
So,
volume's not that high for actually a layer 1. So, but
or for a token that has $20 billion market cap. So I don't know if I was buying, I wasn't buying Pulse. I was farming it on an exchange, and I was just
okay.
getting farm tokens, and I was switching it into Pulse. And I was doing that for like a couple months in the lows. So literally I have like $1,500 worth of Pulse because it blew up. So it's just, there's ways of getting free money in crypto that you can't do anywhere else. But like, I actually think that Pulse with enough volume, Richard Hart's back, I can see this do, I'm going to say it. I think at least a 5x, at least on the low end. I think
I
it
can
could do
see
it.
it in the right scenarios, but they need a lot more projects. I don't know, A lot of stuff's built on it.
Gwen, yeah, they're building some stuff on it. Gwen is saying, what is going on with Vitruvo? Not sure you talked about it
Vitruvio.
already.
Yeah.
What do they call it?
Vitruvio, that's what Vulcan became. So
Okay. Okay.
right now they're waiting to get on an exchange. Wrapped Vitru, because it's a rebase token.
Okay.
They have to wrap it to go on the exchange. Once you have the exchange, you can obviously wrap your Vitruvio in your wallet and go in. They are getting nodes set up. I know a few people today just got talked to set up their nodes, so they're ramping up the nodes. They are on MEXC Vitro, which is the DEX token. That opened at 25 cents. It's sitting at about 5 cents right now. We knew that was going to happen because you've had money locked up for so long, and a lot of that money, you're vested if you're on Vitru, but if you're in Vitro, you're not vested. So everybody had the opportunity to claim Vitro instead of Vitru, and we knew that was going to dump because people wanted their money. But that's just where it's at right now. It's just kind of the waiting game, which has been the case for 2 years.
Right.
And at this point, has it been too long? Has it been too long?
I have a
Stuff's
question.
been built and is running. You have a community where they're like almost want to salvage anything they can. So and then you don't know what the liquidity is, how much liquidity is left over. They did all these booster sales, but they're spending at about $150,000 a month. So yeah, you raised $1 million, but you spent 850,000 of it already. So, and I don't know about outside money. They claim to have outside money, so this is not me knowing. Who knows how much they have? I hope they have a good amount. I'm no longer in Vitruvio at all. I sold over the counter I'm just being 100% honest. I sold my node to get in other ventures, and I'm making money on that money. I didn't want to have my money locked up for 2 years, especially with the bull run coming up. So I figured rather than me being vested, going into this project, paying for a node every month to run server costs, everything, if I have that cash right now, I can go further with it than having it locked up. So I took the known over the unknown. Not saying I don't believe in Vitruvio or where it's going, but that's just my take on it. Hopefully that explains enough about Vitruvio.
I mean, I don't know enough about it. I bought about, when I was in Vulcan, I bought like $900 worth. I haven't claimed it. Do I go somewhere and claim it now?
Oh yeah. Now here's where the mess starts, because you're the perfect
no.
person to explain this to.
Oh no.
You had to delegate where you wanted your tokens. If you failed to delegate, you automatically got split 50-50 between Vitru, which is vested over 18 months. I think it's 12 months now, and then Vitro. So if you go in your wallet, put your wallet address, your Vitro should be dropped in your wallet. You'll just have to add the network, the Vitruvio network. But the only way to sell a Vitro, if you want to sell, I don't know if you want to, it's 5 cents on MEXC. You have to go on MEXC. MEXC doesn't allow US people, so you have to get a VPN to go on MEXC to sell. It was a whole process when I did it, but it was fun, That's the process. So right now you have 50% Vitro, 50% Vitru. Your Vitru's vested, so it should be in your wallet. If it's not,
okay.
And if you go on the Discord, there is way that you know how to add the network. I don't have to explain that to you.
Oh, so I have to add the network and all that bullshit.
They have it on their website, the easy MetaMask. So if you go on
Okay.
Vitruvio.xyz, I think.
So this is really happening? They're going to actually make their own blockchain?
It's really happening.
Wow. They made it happen?
After $4.5 million of money, it's finally going to happen. The most expensive blockchain in the world to build.
So who's the leader of this? That guy Nick?
Nick Caliani here.
Yeah.
The one who is building the blockchain under Brian Legend.
So he still works for Brian Legend?
No, he was.
Okay.
Who knows anymore? I'm just saying he built the blockchain. Brian was using him to build the blockchain. Brian then did his thing. Coffee was releasing a video. Brian lost his mind, which is not. So then nobody could run it. So they appointed Nick Caliani to run it. And Now he's taken it over and
Okay.
totally
So,
rebranded, redone everything. Now it's a more of a creator center blockchain for artwork and
okay.
stuff
Is
like that.
Nick where is Nick located? What country is he in? Is he in
He is
Australia?
in the US in
Oh, he's in
Silicon Valley, so
Oh,
that area.
good. Okay, so he's an intelligent guy.
Yes. Yes.
I
I've met Nick in person in Dubai and talked to him. He's a nice guy, but
okay.
it's just he was put in a shitty spot, so it's hard to judge him off of,
Right.
because Brian still had access to all the funds even when Nick was taking over. So that's when they had to make the deal for the multi-sig funds, which was another story. We'll get Brian left us $1 million or left $1 million and then proceeded to make a deal where he took 50% of more of it to go home. He's scumbag central.
Well, so let me ask you this. I've only listened to Nick once or twice, like here and there, a few minutes. Do you think he is the right person to lead Vitruvio? You think, I mean, your opinion, since you're more in it than I am, of course.
No, you're more in it than I am right now.
I stopped paying attention. I gave up. I had like
No,
$900 in there. I
no,
was
in
like,
terms of tokens, I'm not
yeah, you're
invested
not
at
even
all
in it.
currently. But
Yeah.
okay, they still use my channel to air their downloads every Friday. They do a download on my channel. You can watch that. They also have it on their channel, but I just graciously they had my channel set up, so they just use it. Um, in terms of the artist world and what he's trying to do, Nick has a lot of connections in that space. It's very hard without money to come in and have no niche and be a blockchain that's just going to work. So they're put in a bad spot. So the success, who knows how far the community takes it? You have a community that's been torn, that's been beaten, that's been down. I just don't know. I don't know what the outside perspective is going to be on this. You get the warnings already on CoinGecko that has ties with Brian Legend, and you get all those warnings. It's just having those ties. When Brian started making threats to me, I'm just like, part of me just wanted to be done with it and get that chapter out of my life. So that's kind of the
Right.
reason why I left Vitruvio as well. Is that, I'm like, that's just a bad chapter of my life that I don't
Is
want any part
is
of.
I've heard that Brian still controls the Vitruvio Discord. Is that correct?
He gave up ownership of it.
He gave, so he doesn't control anything on Vitruvio at all.
No, no. Actually, he never controlled that Discord. Vitruvio made a new Actually, that was the old Vulcan. Yeah, that was the old Vulcan. Yeah, he gave up ownership of that.
He gave up
Um,
ownership.
I
Okay.
know he did because ownership was actually in Chris Cruz's hands, and then we sent ownership over to.
Okay.
So I was part of that
Oh my God, dude. You did too
transferring move.
much, man. You guys did too much. You guys got wait. I think you know what the problem is? You guys got too involved.
Well, this is the problem with the cult, I'm telling you. And
Yeah.
this is how it happens. Is I didn't fall in love with Brian Legend. I
Right.
fell in love with the community and the way like you do those live streams and you get 120 people that are like just
Right.
enamored. Oh, the Greek's on. And then you feel like this celebrity and you feel like
Celebrity.
everybody's asking you questions. Everybody's in hopium mode together. And whenever you get
Right.
a group of degens in hopium mode, then you get going, oh, we're all going to make it. We're going to go to the moon. And I was just given the news every day and trying to be positive and just saying my journey. But, people fall in love with you. You get into it. Then you want to believe. And that's how you get trapped in this yourself.
Yeah.
And then you make excuses for why every negative thing isn't negative. You see things that are red flags and you go, well, that's just a hater. They're all fudders. No, there's no fudders. There's truth and not truth. Sometimes the people from the outside are telling you what you need to hear, and that's the truth that you need to hear. I mean, if you have an outside perspective and they're saying why they're not investing in your project or your token that you're a part of, you might want to listen to them. Maybe that's the truth. Maybe that's how everybody outside actually views this.
Right.
And that's what I'm learning now is the perspective from the outside is usually the true one that you probably should be listening to instead of listening to the hopium people around you, because that hopium will drag you down and you get left holding the bag every single time you want to believe in hopium.
Yeah, I think that's great advice. I think you also got stuck in it, it seems. It looks like it was giving you something. It was making you feel yeah, like a celebrity, but I think more so maybe like Just it was like fun. It was like a head high.
Celebrity is a bad way to put it. Like
It's a
I
head high.
I fell in love with the community. Like
Right.
everybody in it. Like I felt like I made friends with people. I still
Right.
talk to a lot of people. So while I say it was a terrible thing, there's a lot of people that I have friendships with, that now I'm doing things with, that I'm investing with, that I take advice from, that I'm in group text messages with. So I can't say it was all bad. I always look at everything in life. You take the bad, there's always going
Yeah.
to be bad. You have to take good out of every bad situation. But a lot of it was I wanted to believe just as much. I wasn't lying when I was doing this stuff. I wasn't saying, "Oh, I'm just gonna spew garbage."
Yeah.
If I knew what Brian Legend was doing, but like this would be this things like I'd see things from the futters, and I'd DM him about it. I'd talk to him about it. Oh, you don't have to worry about that. Here's we got all the money we need. And then I was told there's 4 founders. So I just like, oh, there's 4 people. They surely know they're on a multi-sig together. If they didn't have the funds, they wouldn't be doing all this stuff. A lot of this was like, oh my gosh, what it's like as soon as I found out that there was only $1 million in the multi-sig that he gave over to Nick, and that he just had an Uxie sacrifice that raised the exact amount that was in that multi-sig, and I linked it to the Uxie sacrifice and I did a video on it, that's when I was like, holy shit. Now, some things he was doing obviously were very shady, and but it was always, oh, the futters, the futters, the futters. That's what I'm saying. Never fall into that mindset. Not everybody's a futter or just wants you to fail. Sometimes things are bad and they look bad from the outside, and that's just what they are. They're not good.
So you guys have to subscribe now, or BTC will crash to both me and the Greek. Like that's all you gotta do, and press the notification bell, or it's gonna crash.
Yeah, and if you don't subscribe and BTC does crash, I'm going to sell my XRP and put it into Bitcoin if it crashes. So
You should
either
just
way, I
sell
win.
your XRP either way. Just sell it.
Khan's going to murder me.
Just sell it. You want to bring confinement? Was it confinement? You want to bring him on? Because like, what is he seeing in XRP? What did I say that was wrong? What is going on?
I believe he's driving right now.
This is madness.
Maybe he's not driving. I don't know. He's got an 8-hour drive today.
Madness.
Madman.
I'm gonna leave you guys with this, and it's almost an hour. We're gonna get out of here shortly, but I knew that Seifu was a cult when we would talk to the Greek and the Prado, and
like how we would talk Prado.
The Prado. I said the Prado. he is his own entity.
He's his own the Prado.
The Prado. We would talk to them because we had other projects we wanted to promote and stuff like that and market, and they would always turn us down. We were we're YouTubers, and we're like, what? And I heard like so many people would reach out to you and Prado, and you would always turn them down. And I was always like, really? Like, but they're promoting Seifu all day long. This is better than Seifu. Like, there was way better projects, and you guys would always say no. And I'm like, what is going on here? Like, I never understood it. And like, you guys would go live every day, talk every day, every second of every day. And I was like, they must be, and everyone thought you guys were getting paid by.
This is why I always say this. I've made
nothing.
About 12x the amount of money since I've stopped covering it. Just doing so. You see those like 6 or 7 videos I've done on outside projects. I've made 12 times the amount of money I ever got. That's counting all Brian's super chats, all ad revenue. People think you make tons of money on ad revenue in YouTube. It's garbage. I'm not even monetized anymore. So if you're watching my channel and you're seeing ads, I'm not making a single penny off of those ads anymore.
Why are you not monetized?
I lost monetization on my channel because of the shorts I was making. But those shorts have also gained me so many subscribers, so it's like a trade-off. I don't care.
So what were these shorts that got you demonetized? I'm getting.
They say reuse. Too many people use them. They're like just memes, illusions that a lot of people use. I don't care. The monetization wasn't a big deal. I make so much more money just like with promotions and stuff like that, where I don't care. Plus, it makes me more genuine now. People are like, you just do it for the money. No, this video right now. Absolutely no money. Go try and super chat me. It won't let you.
Crazy.
So that's the thing. Everybody thought I was getting paid. The whole time, it's like if I did other projects, I was like, oh, the community might not like me or do this. And then I'm like, wait, I'm not invested in those. So I felt like, It felt
Oh, you
wrong.
thought the community might not like it because they were the ones following you. You see, that makes more sense. I can appreciate that argument.
So, in a way, I was like, "Okay, I'm in this journey and I wanna promote stuff that I'm totally invested in," and I'm like, "I can't keep doing that. I'm a DeFi YouTuber. I gotta cover other things." And then you start covering other things, and then everybody wants to judge you on what you cover.
Right.
So you can't win in this space no matter what you do. You cover something, and then they judge you what happens on that token 2 months after you covered it. Well, I'm sorry, I covered it before it even released. You're judging me now 2 months after you know, it's a problem in whatever. You gotta take the good and the bad. All I know
Yeah.
is there's money to be made places. If I show you a project, doesn't mean that I'm telling you to invest. I always say, do your own research, but
Do your research,
we
right?
know
Yeah.
people are very, they just take what you say and they just like, "Oh, the Greek said it. I want to get in it." And that's why I was very hesitant because I had that kind of pull with the Seifu community and it was very dangerous. Where like if I said something, people would take it as gospel. Like they
Mm.
would ask me questions about Seifu and I almost started to not like answering it because I'm like, "Oh, depending on how I answer this, it could really change something." And it's like,
You know what? I appreciate you opening up about this stuff. This is like a different side I haven't seen from you. Like this turned out to be get to know the Greek.
yeah, it's very tough when you're in these cults because like you gotta. And I can call it a cult now because it absolutely was. Like everybody who said anything wrong, they're a hater. They're not. No, the truth of the matter is I talked to On Chain afterwards. Guy was totally right. I told him that to his face. I had an
Wow.
hour-long conversation on a drive home. He does put on a show. I will say he puts
He
on a show for
does.
the cameras. He's
Does.
actually not that bad of a guy outside the camera. I'm like, do you know what? If I listened to you, I would have sold my Seifu for 25,000 instead of taking it, sacrificing it, and
Oh,
maybe I
you were
wouldn't because at that point I was falling in love with the community. So there was other reasons that I wanted to
yeah.
get involved in a blockchain and I had bigger dreams. But now I know more about the space. Always learn in this space, you know?
Gannon says inside the Greek. And that I think you've come out of this at the right time, wiser, better, stronger, more experienced, where you can finally make some money in this particular cycle.
Yeah, and that's why you see me now and I'm going after some projects because I see red flags. I see some of the same things. And that's what's bugging me is when I see that stuff, I want to
Mhm.
call it out. I don't want to just be like, and then I'm getting the same now I'm seeing it from the other side. Oh, Greek's just a hater. The Greek DeFi liar. He's a liar. He's a
I
cheater. Don't listen to this guy.
It's funny because sometimes you'll post a video and I'll see some people, different places say, "Oh, he's just covering another scam." And first of all, anything and everything in crypto can be called a scam. Number one, that's meaningless. I mean, every project I've ever covered or looked at or invested in, including Bitcoin and Ethereum, were called a scam. So that's just the nature of the beast. And it
It
doesn't
is the
mean you still
nature.
can't make 10x. But if you're the guy that bought it, like Shib, like Poodles did, and it ran 10x, and you bought it near the top and it fell, you have yourself to blame because you took a risk at that moment because you thought it's going to keep going. The greater fool, like take a little bit of personal responsibility. We've all done it. We've all bought the tops or the middles and we haven't sold in time. It's just the way it goes. And I've done it in stock market more than I've done it in crypto. Who do you
Yeah.
complain in the stock market about when that happens? Who do you
And
complain to?
to be fair, for anybody who's wondering, like for every project I cover, there's 2 or 3 that reach out to me, and it's always the Telegram ones offering a certain percentage a day. And
Correct.
trust me, if I really wanted to, I could do videos like that daily, and I'd make a killing.
Some
I don't
do.
even care
Some
about the
YouTubers do.
some YouTubers do, and I'm saying I could make a killing
Yeah.
where my Bitcoin bag could just be like because there was one time where I'm like, should I cover this project and literally warn people that these don't last long? And I did that one time, and I'm like, and then people are like, "Oh, why are you covering a scam?" I'm like, "I literally did you watch the video? I literally say these don't last long.
They
Only
don't
get in if
last.
you're pure degen." And I only did that because they were offering me I'm like, they offer me so much money, and then I'm like, you know what? It's not even worth it. So I turn down project after project after project after project. I don't just cover everything that comes my way. Now, if I really wanted to, I probably could and just say, "Don't invest in this shit." Just I'm covering it, but it's not enjoyable. Then that's a job for me. So I'm like, you know what? So I do look at the metrics like when you get me in touch with some projects. First thing I ask you is let me see the tokenomics. I ask you questions about it, and then I say, okay, yeah, get me in touch with them.
Yeah, like the sync people, they reached out to me and they're like, "Hey, do you know any other YouTubers?" And you're like one of the first guys. I'm like, "Yeah, go hit up the Greek, see if he likes it." And you liked it. And look how, I mean, I don't know if anybody in your community went in it. I know a lot in my community. I mean, a lot went in it. So I
You know
don't
how
know.
many people, because it's on ETH, they're like, it's on ETH,
Oh, the
it's
gas.
on ETH, gas, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's the one problem with ETH is a lot of people are like,
Yeah. Crypto Pride loves promoting scams. Who's whale miner? You guys got some drama up in here. You guys bringing the safe food drama back, bro.
I love Pride. Pride's a good guy.
Oh my god. You guys got stuff going on I don't even know about.
No, now there's the infighting. It's like people are mad. They want somebody to blame. Brian did a lot of us dirty, so there's that
Yeah,
like
I hear you.
trust factor. Like if I come with a new project, a lot of people remember me from my name on Seifu and they go, "Oh, I don't know if I trust that Greek." Well,
Yeah, I
that's
get it.
fine. You don't have to trust everything I say. Guess what? I'll be the first person to tell you I'm still learning in the space too. And if you're not learning and you think you know everything, then you might as well just get out now because you don't.
Well,
Truth.
the one thing I will tell people is, don't get into any kind of Ponzi's right now because there's still like a lot of YouTubers that promote these shitty Ponzi's. There's a lot of YouTubers that still do it, and you don't need them because you're making like 1 or 2% a day, hoping the Ponzi stays alive, while you could literally be in good projects or risky degen projects, or even meme coins and make like 10x or 5x or 2x or 3x, or in Bitcoin or in Ethereum. If you want to play it safer. So that's the advice I'd give you guys right now. Don't get into Ponzi schemes. Just stop it. Get into good projects. And if you don't know what's good, look at Bitcoin and Ethereum and buy the dip.
Buy the dip or just do what I do. Every Thursday you buy regardless
Yeah.
of price. Well, I also started buying at a good time. I understand that. Right
Yeah.
now it's kind of that weird area where like you have some people saying, "Oh, it's irresponsible to say to buy Bitcoin right now," but if you think it's going over 100,000, then this
We
isn't a
we
bad
we
time.
shared the data. We
Yeah,
showed where
so
it's gonna
we
go.
know, like I know it's going over 100,000, but if I were like telling somebody who's like
It's
just getting
irresponsible to say that. You're saying.
yeah. So like if I'm telling my younger brother who owns no Bitcoin, he thinks all crypto is a scam. That's how my brother thinks. If I tell him to get into Bitcoin now, he's gonna say, "Oh, it's at 69,000." Hell no. And you can tell him all you want. You can show him all the chart data. You can show him all the halvings. You can explain it to your blue in the face. Everything that's not
Mm,
stock is a scam to him. So he's one of those. So for him, I'd be like, no, don't put your money in now. At 16 grand, I was telling you to put your money. You didn't put it in then. So why you can put it in at 60? You don't deserve. That's
I
that's
understand
what I
what you're
tell him.
saying. I
He's more
understand what
annoying
you're
because I've been explaining to him for a long time, but
Are
luckily
you
he's killing it in the stock market.
He is? Stock market's fucking dead, man. What's going on?
He's hit some gems.
Yeah, he's the only one. All my buddies in the stock market are dying. They're like, dude, we need to be in crypto. Like, I got my buddies like
And then my other
tons of money.
brother in the soul memes is just killing it. Like he made
So, are you
15 grand last
are,
week in soul memes.
are you streaming anywhere else besides YouTube?
Just YouTube right now.
Just YouTube right now? Okay, so I got it on Twitter and YouTube. Okay,
I
that's
don't
a
know
good.
if I could put multiple locations being that
It says there's
the way we did
64
it.
people watching. I just don't know where they're coming from. I wish it would tell us where they're coming from.
It's kind of both channels combined.
So interesting, right? Oh, 65. Thank you for watching, by the way. That's actually quite a lot of people. 66. Look at that. That's actually,
I bring the people. I don't know. I don't care
I
where
mean,
they're I always
I
say
don't
I
know
don't
where
care
they're
where
coming
they're
from.
watching,
Like,
as long as they're watching and they gain something out of like
yeah,
maybe 1 minute in this whole live, you're like, wow, I like that they said that. I'm gonna look into that. And that's
right.
why I do what I do. It's not like don't take what I say as gospel. I always say that. Go out, do your own research. If you're
Definitely.
hesitant, throw money in the stable stuff that
That's
you know is going to rise. A bull run. Well, we're in a bull run right now, but
we
like
are.
we're not in the revved up section of the bull run yet. We're in
Not
that
yet.
like we're just entering it. We're about to kick it into third gear. Um, it's gonna be fun.
It is going to be a lot of fun. I think this cycle is going to be more vicious than the last one. I think we are already seeing, like, I mean, I was in Node AI, which don't buy it, by the way, guys. Don't buy it. These things. These things have already popped like 6x. I got in at 20 cents last week. It's like $1.20. Just like like I didn't see stuff go from like 20 million to 120 million market cap on the last bull run like this. You know, I just didn't see it. I saw stuff go from like 5 to 10 or 5 to 20, 5 to 30, but I'm not seeing stuff come in at 20 and go to over 100 million and have millions of dollars rolling into it.
Do not FOMO in. If you see a chart that just goes Jesus candle, don't be like, oh, now I'm going to buy because you see it going up. Don't look for that big Jesus candle as your affirmation to get in a project.
Your bonks is in the house. Let's get this crypto. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it. He did good on sync, baby. Your bonks did great on sync.
Bonks, I should have done what you did on sync.
Yeah, held. All you got to do is hold. Motherfuckers made money on sync.
I still made 3.5x, but you know, it's very hard.
We're over 10.
Yeah, it's hard when you see what it does now. It's always hard. Like I say this.
Okay.
As long as you make money, you can't look back and be like, oh, I could have gotten more, because then you'll drive yourself nuts.
So this is what I do now. I sell a little bit, maybe like 30 to 40%. If I get my initial cost out or whatever, great. If it's already done its run, I get that out. I let the rest free ride. So I just free ride it, you know. Watch MicroStrategy stock. Saylor is betting BTC plus close to being added to the S&P. Yes, but MicroStrategy stock is crazy priced. It's like, it's so crazy. I'd rather just own BTC, I feel. But so this is the reason MicroStrategy stock is going up. A lot of people don't know this. Surfer Mark, I'm so glad you brought this up. The reason MicroStrategies is going up and going up so much is because if you're an institution and you haven't been approved by your institution or whatever to invest in the ETFs, the only way you can get into Bitcoin is by buying MicroStrategies. So what happens is MicroStrategies is going up faster than the price of Bitcoin because those companies or those pension funds or those funds, whatever they are, can only buy MicroStrategies. They can't buy the ETF. Now, this is what's going to happen. As soon as they're allowed, this is going to get really interesting. As soon as they're allowed to buy the ETF, they're going to sell MicroStrategies, but that doesn't necessarily mean MicroStrategies is going to go down. Why? Because what's going to happen is they're going to take that money and buy the ETF, which is going to pump up Bitcoin, which is hysterical. So that still ends up helping MicroStrategies. So I don't know what's going to happen. Basically, what Michael Saylor has done with MicroStrategies is have a DeFi experiment going on without being in DeFi or crypto. Think about that.
Oh, and a little teaser. A lot of people have been like, Greek, when are you going to create a token? I've always said, you know, I wanted to. That's no longer on the thing. I'm doing something else, so you'll be hearing about it soon. Just a little teaser. Just
Lady
look out.
Boss, Lady Boss, what's up? So you're not doing
not doing a token. I don't want that pressure. I don't want people coming at me. This is just passive income play running.
So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? An NFT or no?
It's an NFT, but it's linked to something real world and coming back
to your OnlyFans.
I can't divulge. I got a lot of subscribers there, you know. YouTube isn't my biggest subscribers. I have 70,000 on TikTok. So
what?
So yeah, my OnlyFans has 80,000. I'm kidding. I don't have an OnlyFans, but if you want me to, I'll take beard pics.
Feet pics. I do feet pics.
Yeah, right. I do that. They'll go running for the hills. I hate my feet. I never wear sandals ever.
Oh my God. So anyway, guys, thanks for everyone coming in. We got a lot of people joining us late, but thank you for coming in. We'll I don't know, we'll try to do this here and there, right? We'll see if people want to join. We got 70 people. I just don't know where all these people are because on my channel, your channel, I'm looking at YouTube. We're not that many views, so I'm a little confused.
They're magic. They're magically coming in.
We're magically finding people.
So
I don't understand.
Seeing you got 9 on your channel. I haven't even
Okay.
gone to my channel. I don't even
How many
know.
you
I
got
don't
on your
care.
I went to your channel too, didn't have that many.
Okay, it
I'm
says
so
I have
confused.
9 on my channel. So that's 18. So where are these people coming from?
Where are this other 50 people?
Where are you guys watching this from?
Yeah, can you guys tell us where you're watching this from?
There's 18 watching on our channels. We got 70 in here. Like,
72. Where are they?
could it be you have it on
I have
Twitter?
it on Twitter.
How many? I don't know how many people watch on Twitter though.
YouTube metrics are
Yeah, YouTube
whack.
sucks.
So you're telling me, your bonks, there's actually 70 people watching us. My live stream numbers are always way off. Oh, so maybe we got 70 people watching us. Twitter. Oh, you think it's Twitter? Interesting. Could be.
Crypto Pride's on my channel though, because I can see that.
Yeah, he's on your channel. But are you watching on Twitter, Crypto? Or you're saying they're watching most of us from Twitter?
Maybe all our viewers are on Twitter watching, as well as watching on like multiple devices under the same account. So we're getting like all.
Yeah, it's because of Twitter. Oh shit! Who knew Twitter can fucking bring in the users? Look at this crazy shit.
Yeah, the Greek
Hey, Twitter people.
2335. If you're on Twitter, I need to grow back because Twitter hated me and they banned my account when I got to 7,600 people. So,
Whoa. So Twitter folks, come over to YouTube and like and subscribe. Me and the Greek. We didn't even know Twitter was this active. Who knew?
yeah, I never knew.
Okay,
I
sir.
always put my lives on Twitter, but I never knew people actually watched from there. I just thought it was just another thing.
That's a lot of people. So he said yes, he has, and he's diamond handed, so time will show. But it is the BTC proxy, and if added to the S&P, all indexes will have to add. Yes, this is true. If he gets added to the S&P, that means everybody owns a little bit of BTC, which is kind of hilarious and funny all at the same time, because the S&P will now have part of it in Bitcoin. Technically, it's kind of hysterical, isn't it?
That's full circle.
It's a full circle. So if Bitcoin actually does like a crazy run up in the next, let's say 8 years, in this cycle and next cycle, and goes to like $1 million, and MicroStrategies becomes like this big, like 200 or $300 billion company, then everyone in the S&P will also profit from it, which would be absolutely hysterical.
Yeah, because all my dad's all his clients, big stock guys. Oh, Bitcoin's a scam. Bitcoin's a scam. So if it's making them money, that'd be great. It's funny how many people still like they see Bitcoin running up, they just go, it's a scam. I don't get it. It can't keep going up. I don't get it. I'm like, it doesn't matter if you get it.
Well, first of all, there's not 20 million Bitcoin out there that they say there is. There's probably about 3 to 4 million of it that's lost. So there's about 16 million Bitcoin realistically. So when you're looking at Bitcoin and the chart and you're saying, oh, it's worth I think it's like 1.5 trillion or something like that, or 1.5. Let's see, we can bring it up. Something like that, right?
It's a whole lot.
Okay, so the market cap of Bitcoin right now is 1.3 trillion. To me, it's not really 1.3 trillion. So if we bring it up,
yeah, because that's including 4 million that are like lost. Man.
Well, it's not only including the 4 million that are lost, but what's happening in Bitcoin is, yes, there's 19.6 million, but realistically, there might only be like 16 million Bitcoin. So if you take that out, you're still probably hovering around 1.1 or even under $1 trillion still market cap. There's wallets that have never moved in Bitcoin and never will, that we know are lost.
Tons.
People. Yeah, there's tons. There's wallets.
There's a lot of people who have transacted thousands of Bitcoin through their wallets, and they're sickened seeing these prices now.
Oh yeah, man.
I hear stories like that all the time. Oh, I used to game back in the day, and I would transact 50 Bitcoin like it was nothing. And I'm like, whoa, could you imagine?
Oh yeah. And if you look right here, you can see the chart of Bitcoin. We're at actually all-time highs in market cap. So this is a brand new market cap high, 1.3, 1.4 trillion. So we're already hit it. You can see I did it by market cap, not by price. Go by price a little bit lower. Go by market cap, it's a little bit higher. So we've already kind of hit this crazy level, $1.3 trillion. And there's, you know, like I said, there's almost like $600 million, no, $600 million of buying pressure almost daily from these ETFs. So we don't know where this is going to go, but as long as there's buying pressure, we're good. As long as they're buying and buying and buying. And retail is buying now too, you know?
It's going to be fun.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, Greek, any last words, my man?
Just have fun, make that money. Do not keep your money locked into projects that aren't committing right now. It's okay to say, "Hey, I made a bad choice." It's okay.
Sell.
You know when you're in a bad project, like if you're hoping, you're like, "Well, he's promised they're going to do this in the future." If you have to make excuses for what's going to happen for your project, it probably means you're in a project that you should get out of. You can always come back to it if you really believe in it. Like it's not going to and go into something that's running and then come back into it. Nobody's saying you have
Yeah.
to be married to it.
I agree with you. Sell your stuff. If you see a high potential, I saw a high potential pre-sale I just got into. I can't say because it's only for certain people that they allowed me to go in. It's actually from it's actually from the Sync team. They actually hit me up. They let me get into their pre-sale of this layer one they're doing for gaming, like gambling, I think. So you know what? I saw a little bit of ETH and I put it in there. I'm taking that risk. 6 months ago, I probably wouldn't have done that. But now I'm like, all right, when you launching? End of the month. Market's going to be hot. Let's go. Let's get another 10x. So like you got to kind of change up the way you think a little bit. You know, you got to change the way up. You need to sell some of your other shit tokens, like Rollbit's not doing that hot for me, or a couple other ones. Sell them and put it in that. Well, that's kind of how I'm thinking about it. Anyway,
It's been fun, man.
been
We have to
fun.
do this more often. Maybe get some more people to join and have a weekly roundtable. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll get your bonks in here and we'll get Crypto Pride. And
Crypto Pride.
Crypto Pride in here. We got Natalie too. Nat Boss. You haven't been around for a minute. We'll get
Yeah.
everybody up in here.
She went
All right,
she went
guys.
silent. She used to always be around. She's everywhere. She is everywhere.
She was. I'm glad Nat's back. All right, guys. Have a good one. Have a good rest of the day. And hopefully we'll see you next week. Take care.